Okay. So, hi guys, I'm Madison. I'm 17 years old, and as you can tell, I kind of do a lot. But I think I'm here today to talk about like my business and how I got started and what inspired me to do it and stuff. So, let me just start off by saying I started when I was about 12 years old. I just started crocheting, so I brought a project to show you guys kind of what I do. So I started doing this. It's gonna go really fast, so you guys feel free to look. But I started crocheting. I saw this little girl doing it, and so I simply was doing stuff like this, like that. I was chaining, and I was really fascinated by it. So I went home that day, and my aunt and uncle took me to the joint, and they bought me a needle and some yarn. And from there, it's history. And I just started like making all sorts of things. So what really inspired me to get started is actually my mother. My mom is very business savvy, may I say. And she's always been like, find your business plan, find what makes you, find your look, always encouraged me to make projects, stick with stuff. So when I started very small, I started just making like simple headbands and scarves and stuff. And my mom had encouraged me to go out there, sell my stuff, and sell it at prices that at the time I wasn't comfortable with because I didn't understand my worth. And we'll get into that. And so yeah, and that's how I kind of got started. So now, gonna refer to my notes. So I think something that's very important, and when you start your business, is discipline. I think it's really important to, yeah, you guys can write that down. Discipline. It's something that from a young age is hard to really. I feel like sometimes we're so focused on like having fun, going out. I still do it. Like I still have to have my mother be like, Madison, you need to focus on your business. But I think it's important to find time to focus on yourself. To find time to really like hone in on your craft. And that's gonna mean sacrificing time like going out with friends. And in the long run, I believe it's worth it. I mean, I've seen some things, amazing things happen that I had to sacrifice my time to work on my business. So I think that's a really important thing when you're starting your own business. Also, I think it's really important to start, like, have a foundation. So if you guys are really passionate about anything in particular, like if you guys have little hobbies, I think it's really important to put a lot of time into it. Someone said, I'm not really sure, but to master something, it takes 10,000 hours. That seems like a lot, right? But once you take 10,000 hours into practicing and developing a craft, you will become a master at that craft. So I think in your free time, you should be really focusing on anything it is. So if you're a singer, right? For instance, if you're a singer, you should take time out of your day, 30 minutes a day, to practice singing, practice a song, practice your scales. If you play an instrument, it's really important to take time to practice your instrument. At least 30 minutes a day. If you do that for 5 years, or you do that consistently over the years, you will become a master at your craft. And with crochet, is something I have spent, I can say to this day, over 10,000 hours crocheting, and now I'm like a master. I am a master at crocheting, and it has put me into spaces where I can crochet people outfits for red carpet events, to my feature in Teen Vogue, and styling my sister for one of her big accomplishment on Big Black Girls Rock, her outfit. So I think it's really important to take, to discipline yourself and to take 10,000 hours into being a master at your craft. Okay, this is a hard, so on my notes, I said, the importance of surrounding yourself with a positive group of people who motivate you. So I think this is something, you guys are young, you guys are not too far from my age, I don't think. But I think this is really important. And the younger you learn it, the easier it will be as you get older. And I learned this, I don't want to say late in life because I'm not that old, but I learned this kind of later on in my high school experience, and I'm glad I learned it at the time I did. It's important to surround yourself with people who are doing the right things, encouraging you to be in the right settings. It's really important because who you surround yourself with is who you are influenced by, is who you become, who you start to feed off of, who you start to act like. So it's really crucial that you surround yourself with people who are uplifting you, who are holding you accountable. I think that's a major thing, holding you accountable. Not just your parents, because sometimes it can be hard with your parents, like, you know, you need to do this, you need to stay on your stuff. Sometimes I could get really frustrated with my mom saying, like, Madison, do your work. Are you working on your business? You need to sing. Are you working on this? Sometimes I tune her out. I'm not going to lie. I think we all do it, you know, just tune out. But when it comes from a friend, doing the same thing, having the same intentions, I receive it sometimes better. So I think it's really important to surround yourself by people who motivate you. And someone I can speak on that is my friend Anaya. I just had a premiere show of my line 2 months ago, September. And I had the honor of working with my friend. She's a filmmaker. Her name's Anaya Wolf. She's an up-and-coming filmmaker. She's really talented. And I could say today she's one of my friends that holds me accountable. So we text each other like twice a week, maybe twice every other week, and we're like, hey girl, did you finish your project? And she's like, no girl, I was watching too much Netflix. I didn't get to it. And I'm like, girl, you gotta work on it. Like, come on, get back to work. And she does the same thing for me. She's like, Madison, did you finish that outfit? Did you start? And I'm like, you know what? I did not start. She's like, how come? Because I took a road trip with my friends. Like, you know, and she's like, Madison, gotta home, like you need to focus in. So I think that's something that's super important to have, accountability partner. Something else that I can stress is affirming yourself, right? You guys need to speak positive about yourself. Know that you guys, each and every one of you, hold a lot of worth. You guys each bring something to the table. So I used to struggle with knowing my value. And since when I started making my outfits, my mom always like, you need to sell them for more, you need to sell them for more, you're worth more than what you're putting your price, what the price is on it. So I used to sell my outfits for $30. Yes. And that was like a full set, and I'm gonna show you guys a picture. You can pass my phone. So I would sell something, you can pass it around, like this for $30, right? Back when I was in like 8th or 9th grade. And my mom was like, nope, we ain't doing that no more. You ain't selling that for no $30. And for a long time, it was hard for me to go up to people and be like, hi, my name is Madison, and my outfit is on the market for $500 at the time. Yes. It was hard for me to say that, but I can tell you, after I got you're going to get a lot of no's, you're going to get a lot of people who are like, you're not worth that. But now that I know my worth, and I know what I bring to the table, I can say, hi, my name is Madison. Yes, you want your custom fit? Okay, that's starting at $800. I can start with you Monday, right? And they say, oh, that's not for me. I'm like, okay. Guess what? My outfits aren't for everybody, right? So it takes time. It takes practice. It takes you going in the mirror every day and be like, you know what, Madison. I'm gonna give you guys a little example of what I do in the morning sometimes. I'm like, Madison, today is gonna be a good day. You're beautiful. You matter. Today's gonna be great, right? Seems a little cliche. Seems a little a little weird, but you honestly have to talk to yourself. You have to look at yourself in the mirror. You have to tell yourself you're beautiful. You have to tell yourself you're worth it. You have to tell yourself you matter. You have to tell yourself you deserve to be in spaces you do. You have to tell yourself you're smart. You have to tell yourself you're smart. I think that's a major thing. I have 2 siblings, an older sister who is, I can say I consider to be a genius, right? And I think a lot of times as a child I would compare myself to her. I am a very smart individual. Um, I shine more in my creative side, so like my arts, it's like singing, performing, crocheting, being creative. That's where I shine more so than like the math, the English, right? I think it's so important. I still do my best to make good grades and make honor roll, but it takes time, right? It takes a lot of extra work for me. My sister, on the other hand, she would go to school, take a test, come back and be like, oh, I aced it, I didn't even study. Like me, I could study for nights after nights, after night, after night, after night, after night, after night, after night, and still not see the progress that I wanted, right? Until I started telling myself, you know what, Miles, you aren't your sister, okay? You guys aren't the same. You guys don't have the same strengths, and that's okay. It's okay to not have the same strengths as other people. You guys have to learn, like, what you are, like, what's your strength and what you are good at, and that'll help you. So, for instance, my artistic side. So in English, I really struggled with writing. I can talk all day, but somehow I could not translate it onto paper. So what I used to do is my parents gave me the idea of talking my essays into my phone. And so I used to talk into my phone and then rewrite it. And so that's just an example of how to use your strength and put it into action. Use it to make it a power. It's kind of like my superpower was talking. So I use that to now write my essays. So anytime I write my essays, I talk through it like how I'm talking to you guys. I listen back to the audio and I start writing it down. So just find where your strengths are and then start practicing using them to make you stronger in the areas you feel like you aren't as strong. One more thing. Yeah. So my business, let me talk a little more about that. So I make, as you guys saw, I passed around, I make full-length outfits. They're all custom. I make them by hand. It's only me. I do it by myself. And I really focus in custom outfits. So like red carpet. I don't do a lot of like, I'm not trying to be like a Forever 21, you know, like a little boutique. I'm trying to be very selective in who I make outfits for. So some of the things I have done to date, I think you already heard, I've done Teen Vogue, I've done a couple red carpet events, I've styled for music video shoots. I've also styled for my friend Anaya, who's doing amazing things. Right now she's working with Netflix to make something with Girls Make Beats. So I've done quite a few things, and to get there, it took a lot of, again, as I said earlier, it took a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of, sometimes I don't want to crochet. Like today, I've procrastinated in making one of the outfits I'm supposed to be making. Let me pick this up. I procrastinated, so right now, as I talk to you guys at the end, I'm going to start crocheting. But I procrastinate a lot, but I procrastinate a lot. And so it's important to like have discipline and to really like schedule your time. I planner a lot. I write a lot of like my stuff I have to do down. And it helps me stay focused because I'm really scatterbrained. I'm like all over the place most of the time. And so like make a planner. Plan out your weeks so you have enough time to fit everything into your schedule and stuff. But yeah, so that's a little bit about me. I've talked a lot. And now I'm going to answer some of your guys' questions. So you guys have any questions, let me know. Yes?
How do you like put yourself out there so people to buy your stuff?
That's a good question. It started off, honestly, word to mouth. So I used to go up to people, be like, hi, my name is Madison. I set up booths at these like Black History expos. But now I run off of my website and Instagram. So social media is a blessing and a curse. I advise you guys to be very mindful of social media. It's really good for advertising, and it's how I got most of my clients is through Instagram. But also you have to be careful that you don't compare yourself with social media. It's really easy to get caught in like, oh, this crochet artist is doing this. How come I'm not good like that? Why aren't I doing that? So I would caution yourself with how much time you spend on social media, but also it's a great outlet to like put yourself out there. So yes, that's how I put myself out there. Any other questions?
How long does it take you to do an outfit?
An outfit. So my turnover is 14 business days. At least 14 business days, depending on what you do. Custom outfits, I like to get a month in advance, and I like to start the process. And we'll take maybe 1 to 2 weeks sketching out my ideas with them, going back and forth. If it's a handmade custom fit, I would take 1 to 2 weeks sketching, sending back and forth ideas to make sure they're really confident, getting measurements, and then the turnover from there, depending on what it is, can take up, starting at 14 business days and can exceed to 2 months, depending on what it is. I like to take my time because I am a full-time student. I'm a senior in high school. I still go to school. Yes, and I still do a lot of outside activities like singing. I also do my acting stuff, and I'm involved in a performing arts team. So that takes a lot of my time. So I like to give myself time to make sure my clients get like the best outfit possible. Yes. Yes.
Do you ever like make your family stuff for like free or like discount or?
That's a good question.
Well, I do. So like my sister's red carpet appearances, we collaborate together on what we're going for, what the shock value we're going for. So hers, of course, she's my sister. They are free. I think it's a different situation. My mom, I made her a couple scarves. Yes. I have slacked in some of the family making outfits portion. I'm a little embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but I should make my mom, I need to make my mom an outfit.
It's okay, you were making money. So
I was
you
making,
have to
yeah.
ask me for any.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I usually do my clients first and they get sometimes a lot. So now I have portioned it down. I only take 2 a month. I'm only available twice a month to make outfits, and they give me, you don't, if you don't. But yeah, no, I haven't made everyone an outfit, but I have made at least everyone a scarves. Yeah. Anyone else? Any other questions?
So give her some advice about, like, 'cause people will ask for hookup.
Oh,
and
yes.
there's lots of
As far as family,
Yes.
it's a hard.
On that, yes.
It was very, very hard to tell my friends and my close family, as we say, you have to pay me, okay? And we like to do a lot of favors. We like to be nice, but when it comes to your business, your family, your friends should be the ones supporting you. That means they should be the one pouring into your business. They should be the first ones to be like, you know what, I'll pay full price, you know what, I'll give you next month too, right? It's really important that you don't really give handouts to family and friends, because you're going to get that. In a business, they're like, oh, can you just do it for me for free? Well, I'm your auntie. Well, auntie, don't you want to support my business? Shouldn't you be like helping support? So be very cautious with that. For family, I do not do family discounts. I don't. Immediate family, I think that's very, like if you have a sister or brother, I think that's a little different when it comes to stuff. But even with my sister, me and my sister we're family, but we're also business partners. So when I make an outfit, she pays for the yarn. She goes to the store. She pays for shipping. If she's going out of town, she pays for it herself. I don't charge her the full price of the outfit, but we're still supporting each other in the fact that she's wearing my outfit and getting publicity on red carpets. So I don't want to say like only do stuff for gain, because I think there are certain situations where you do stuff out of the kindness of your heart. Like if my aunt's having a baby shower, I made her a blanket. But I don't do family handouts. I don't do family discounts, and that's just something that I preach a lot. Yeah, I don't do that. Any other questions?
Can you kind of hit a little more on time management? Because you say you're involved in a lot of things.
Oh.
So, is there a formula you kind of follow, or is it kind of go with the flow? Like, what does your time management look like?
That's a good question. On a good week, I plan out my time, and I have like 2 hours for crocheting, an hour for my homework. I try to get all my homework done at school, because my parents always wonder what. Like I come home, you don't really see me doing my homework, because I'm a senior, so I have a lot of study halls. So I do my homework at school, and as far as performances, I try to, like right now, At school, you will always see me crocheting. I usually have my bag, so all my outfits stay safe. Depending on what it is, it's in a garment bag, and that's how I manage my time. During class, I don't have to look at what I'm doing to be able to make my outfits, so I try to do it during class when I have extra time. But it can be hard. It can, honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and be like, I have it all figured out, because there is times where I'm rushing the night before to like finish outfits because I procrastinated throughout the week. Again, you're gonna hear this word a lot. It takes discipline, and it's something I'm still learning, because I'm 17 years old, I'm in my senior year of high school. I just wanna have fun, okay? Let's just be real. I wanna go out with my friends, I wanna go get boba, I just wanna hang out, and it's hard sometimes to be like, Madison, you know what? You have the rest of your life to hang out all the time. Just focus for an hour. It's hard to tell my friends, you know what, I can't hang out this weekend. I need to work on my business. Try again. Hit me next weekend if I finish this project. So it's hard to manage your time, but I would advise you to like plan, like write things down, because sometimes we forget. If you don't write things down, I think it's really easily to forget. I know I have it in my memory. I'm gonna remember to do it. But writing things down and checking your planner really helps me manage my time when I'm doing like major events. Yeah. Any other questions? Feel free to ask me questions. I'm really tough.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So you've been doing this for about 5 years.
Yes.
What are your now new 5-year goals? Where do you see your brand in the future? You continuing to do this stuff by hand, you partnering with someone in America, in China to create, you know, your vision?
So my 5 years down the line, I see myself, one, in college. Sometime down 5 years, I see myself in college. But I don't want my business to expand to where I have like 30, 40 people working for me. I honestly want maybe 2 or 3 business partners, and where they know my ideas, I trust that they're not gonna take my ideas and run with them, and we crochet together, a collaborative experience. I want my brand to become a Hive brand, so I want to be doing maybe 1 outfit a month and paying my rent for a nice 3-bedroom apartment in New York City in Times Square. That's my goal, and that is really pricey. It can get up to $4,000 for a studio suite, because trust me, I was looking at moving out there next year. So I want to get to the point where I have 3 business partners, and we crochet 2 outfits a month, and we're just doing red carpets. Or special events, or for special people, or people who want to pay for my outfits. That's my long-term goal with my business. I also want to expand into doing more things like this, talking to young girls, motivating them, because I think it's something that if I saw kids my age as when I was younger, when I was your guys' age, it would have helped me a lot more too. And it's honestly a passion of mine. I love talking to people, I love meeting people. I travel with my school to like a whole bunch of elementary school kids, and we do a whole bunch of performances about anti-bullying, about motivating them, and it's something that's inspired me to do that on my own after I graduate. So yeah, that's like a long-term 5 years down the line, I see myself doing that. Even a year down the line, I see myself next year at New York Fashion Week. So just popping up in New York and be like, you know what, Fashion Week, here we go. Maddie goes here. Yes.
What about like, since you want to have like a business with crocheting and having a few business partners with that, what about your singing and acting?
Singing and acting. So I can say singing and acting is a passion of mine, and it's something that I'm pursuing and doing every day. I think this for me was a hobby, and it turned into something bigger than that. It turned into something that I knew I should run with it because I was very creative. I hope to be on Broadway. I love Broadway. So that's a goal. And also I am doing a lot of acting and acting auditions and stuff. So I like to be an actress. I love the arts. So anything in the arts, you got me. I'm your girl. Any other questions? Yes, I got you.
Do you ever teach anybody how to crochet?
I do. I don't have like a set class because my schedule hasn't been in a place where I could be like, hey, let's meet up this day. It's honestly, I'm really busy. But it is something I want to start doing, is teaching young girls how to crochet. Having little crochet parties. I find this is a great, if you have like ADHD, ADD, it is really good to focus, like help you focus. It's helped me because I believe I have both of this. So yeah, I hope to teach, do a lot more teaching. It's fun. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to learn to crochet. I would love to teach people. Any other questions? Anybody else? This is your time to ask. I used to be. Yes? You have a question? No? Are you sure? Anybody else? Taylor? Anybody? Yes.
Okay, it's not relevant to what was before, but what hair products do you use?
What? Sorry.
Hair products, what do you use for your hair?
For my hair. This morning I use water. But usually I use this shampoo and conditioner from Trader Joe's. My dad found it because, my dad 4 years ago was like, I'm gonna grow my hair out. And his hair is like longer than mine. So it's called, I don't know what it's called, but it's from Trader Joe's. It's in this clear, like white bottle.
Jason?
I don't know, but it's Trader Joe's brand, and it's really good. And I also use DevaCurl. I believe I'm pronouncing it right.
Okay.
It's really good, but I use it like as a deep conditioning, so like once a month or like every 2 weeks, I'll deep condition my hair with it. I don't see it as like an everyday like wash and go type of thing. That's what I use the Trader Joe's for. But yeah, DevaCurl. I would use that for like deep conditioning your hair, like after you straighten it for a long time or after it's been in braids. I always like to deep condition with DevaCurl. Yeah. Thanks. That's a good question.
All right, thank you so much, Madison.